Hi there, just a record of something I found on the side of the road. It's a Sony Profeel monitor, broadcast monitor. It's quite old apparently, and it doesn't work, unfortunately. If it works, I'd be showing you an amazing sort of NTSC 60Hz Saturn picture. I've tried it with all my inputs, with a 60Hz and 50Hz RGB SCART signal, which it's supposed to work with. It's a lovely screen. It's 20, I think it's 26 inches or something like that. It's freaking huge. I mean, that's the size of my hand there. It's big. And it's 4:3, and in theory it should work perfectly. The picture is lovely, but it flickers. It's got a terrible sort of warped, ziggy-zaggy flickering image. I tried it with Hyperdual and a PC Engine game, and it looked shit. It really wasn't at all playable. It looked like the sync had completely gone. Now, the great thing about this telly, if it had worked, is that it is fucking hardcore. For a start, it's got these metal handles. And I carried this about 200 metres down the road, and I was virtually dead when I got here. It was appalling. This thing is about 50 kilograms, I'm not joking. It's super heavy. It's got a built-in amplifier, and it's got speaker terminals, you can see there. I'll just put in close because this is the bit that's really interesting. So it's got these speaker terminals, got RGB SCART, which doesn't work. Got a controller port there, an input AV, and that is a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, some sort of 6-pin thing. It's got audio output. Got this video, sort of large kind of video output thing or input. It's then got this, I believe that is a 9-pin DIN. That one there, that's an input, that's a 9-pin DIN or something like that. It's got another, oh no, I just showed you that one. And this one is interesting, you can't probably see, but it's an RGB multi-input there. RGB multi-input. And I was looking in forums and people were asking if they could put a VGA signal through it. Someone was like, are you kidding? This TV's about 30 years old. Anyway, here are the details of it. Now, I was inspired to pick this up. It almost killed me bringing this beast home with me, but I was inspired to pick it up after Fagin's video about scan lines, and I thought, this beast is going to output some fine scan lines. If it had worked, right, and if I could be bothered to keep this gigantic monster in my flat, it would be absolutely awesome, because the way it's built, you could flip it onto its edge and play it taped. A bit like this. Imagine that. I mean, imagine that with a Saturn, sake of argument, Hyperdual, sake of argument, and a massive image in tape mode. Imagine. That's all I can do, I'm afraid. Imagine. But look at that. Imagine. I mean, look at this beast. It's got wooden underneath. Got a metal casing, sort of steel case, and it's got a lovely piece of flat glass or heavy-duty PVC on the front, and the casing is perfect for tape. Unfortunately, taped will not be achieved because it's fucked, or at least what's wrong with it is something that a noob like me cannot fix. So it is in the imagination only that I sit here and imagine a glorious tape mode game. Actually, Hyperdual isn't a tape mode game. Anyway.